Price is not the only factor affecting demand. When a person goes to the market to buy oranges, what all comes to his mind? The first thought could be, are oranges in season? If yes, then they might be juicier and sweeter. He might compare the oranges to other available fruits like apples or pears. Then he may remember that he expects to receive a bonus next month and therefore can afford to buy probably both the fruits and need not make any choice. Therefore, just to make one purchase, you can see how many thoughts crossed his mind. In this video, we will understand important variables or factors other than price which impact demand. You can also call these factors non-price determinants. Let's start. The first factor is price of related goods. What are related goods? When the change in price of one good can affect the demand for another good, the two goods are said to be related goods. This is also known as cross demand. These are of two types, substitutes and complements. When a fall in the price of one good reduces the demand of another good, the two goods are called substitute goods. Suppose that the price of tea falls. The law of demand says that now you will buy more tea. But at the same time, you might buy less coffee. Because they are both hot drinks and satisfy your desire of drinking something hot in the rainy or cold season, you end up choosing a product which is cheaper out of the two. Ever seen your favorite bakery switch to margarine because butter got too expensive? That's the tug of war between related goods. Then we have complementary goods. When a fall in the price of one good raises the demand for another good, the two goods are called complementary goods. These are pair of goods that are used together, such as PlayStation and PlayStation games. The second important factor is income. What would happen if someone got a pay raise or a bonus? He might upgrade that economy flight to business class. So if our incomes rise, we tend to go for relatively expensive choices and vice versa. Therefore, if the demand for a good rise when income rises, the good is called a normal good. But are all goods normal goods? Sometimes the demand for a good rise when income falls. These are known as inferior goods. An example of an inferior good might be bus rides. As your income falls, you are less likely to buy a car or take a cab and more likely to ride a local bus. Therefore, inferior goods are those goods the demand for them fall when income rises. Therefore, the amount of incomes people earn can affect their demand a lot. This is our next non-price determinant of demand. Sometimes our demand for a good is determined by our tastes and preferences, and the price of the good may not deter us to buy the product even if it has become expensive over time. For example, if I love to wear cotton dresses or saris, I won't mind paying a bit extra even if I have other types of alternatives available. Our decision to spend money can also be influenced by social customs. For example, in spite of not having enough money, people tend to borrow money and spend more on marriage functions. Sometimes we tend to buy latest mobile phones or certain clothes because they are more in trend. So our decision here is not influenced by prices but by fashion and trends. Next factor is expectations. Changes in consumers' expectations about the future, especially future prices, can also affect demand. When we expect the prices of certain goods to fall in the near future, we might postpone our demand of certain non essential or luxury goods. For example, if I want to spend my money on some expensive high end designer clothing or handbags or jewelry, and I expect the prices to go down sometime in the future, like off festival season, I may postpone the demand. Conversely, if consumers expect prices to rise in the future, they may wish to purchase a good immediately to avoid a higher price. This reasoning often occurs in speculative markets, like the stock market or sometimes even the housing market. Buyers purchase stock or a house expecting prices to rise so they can sell at a profit. In these markets, therefore, demand increases when prices are low and are expected to rise in the future. Ever seen a city grow and suddenly there's a wait at your favorite restaurant? That's the number of buyers pushing up demand. Increase in population increases the market demand of the product, and decrease in the population decreases market demand. Major shifts like immigration or a drop in the birth rate can create a nationwide change in demand. Composition of population can also affect market demand. If there are more women population, the demand for their clothing, shoes, accessories might be higher. If the number of teenagers or college students increase, the demand for cell phones increases. Now we come to another important topic in economics, where the knowledge of these determinants becomes important. Movement along the demand curve and shift in the demand curve. Movement along the demand curve is caused due to the change in price, assuming other factors affecting demand to be constant. And shift in the demand curve is caused due to the change in factors other than price, meaning non-determinant factors. And these are the diagrams related to these two. How to draw these diagrams is what we will understand in my follow-up video, where I will show you how to master them without rote learning. In my next two videos, we will learn very important graphs. How to derive graphs for complements and substitutes, for normal goods and inferior goods, and as well as movement and shift in another video. If you find this video useful, kindly like, follow and subscribe to my channel, where you can find more videos on various topics. You can also visit my website for blogs related to relevant topics. Hope to see you soon. Bye.